Hello. Welcome to Requiscence. I'm Farfetched Reality, and, so, the reason why we're playing this one is because, it's made by the same people who made Blades of Chest and Your Dread Light, and so I thought it would be super fun, and, I'm slightly off-put by this. I think these developers are known for their good music and good, title menu screens. Where is the curves? Where is the jazz? I guess there's a choir singing in the background. That's kind of weird. Anyways, this is Requiscence. I think this is the first game they've ever made. I didn't even have to look at the thing. Well, I did look at their section in the App Store, and this was the first one, so yeah. But you could just tell from looking at this that this is their first game, cause that's not very good design of a menu screen, is it? Well, whatever. Let's begin Requiscence. I think that's how you say that. Oh, this is weird. Okay. There was only silence in the black, empty room. The darkness was so thick that it covered the chamber like a blanket, crushing the very air itself. But this darkness was not empty. In the silence, a voice broke through. A lonely voice that was hollow and soft, and it spoke to no visible being. Will you help me? Will you save everything? Or will your selfishness destroy all? The voice breathed those words into the empty air. Then, from the center of the room, a soft blue light began to glow. Oh. The blue light took the shape of a glowing orb. Within the orb, the image of a city began to form, as if it reflected from the eyes of an eagle flying overhead. The realm reflected in the depths of the orb was once a powerful, peaceful kingdom spread throughout the continent. But now, all that remained was a broken and war-torn mass of city-states. When the last king was assassinated over 300 years ago, the world was suddenly plunged into chaos. With no living heir, the crown was fought over by the king's vassals, each insisting they had some claim to the throne. Nor was it just the crown they struggled over. Former allies sought to murder one another, whether it was over position of great power or the smallest scraps of land. Ooh, I like this so far. No one knew why the world had fallen so quickly into chaos and decay. Darkness sprouted in even the sanest men's hearts, turning them against their people in a blink of an eye. Trust, honor, and loyalty, all were relics of the past. Ruthlessness was the only way one could survive, but there were always someone else, more cold-hearted, more clever, and more ambitious. It was as though a sickness curled like a serpent around the realm, squeezing it tighter and tighter with each passing year. There was no cure for it, only empty hope that one day the world will be restored. That's kind of my life right now. Oof, I'm relating to the city. The continent was called Rufindum? Roughdom, named after the kingdom that now lay in ruins. It had once been grassy and fertile, but now all but small parts of the land were ravaged and barren. To the north stood snowy mountains, and to the southwest there lay a broad strip of desert, populated mostly by maids and merchants. The capital was in the east was a beacon of hope in the ravaged world, but even there corruption's roots had taken unshakable hold. And in the far west, the dead, dry plains kept away any traveler seeking other realms. It was once said that they were lush fields, all soft grass and rich flowers, but after the king's death they had gradually decayed into lifelessness, and that decay seemed to spread further each and every year. One day perhaps they would swallow even the cities. Ooh! It was this harsh world that the orb reflected. A world with no kingdoms left. Only kings. Oh. Alone, I thought. But together we can save everything. Within the blue orb, the image of the world faded away, replaced with the shape of a single, small shadow. A hand reached out to touch the orb, some slender fingers tracing longingly across the dark figure. Come to me. I need you. The light flickered. For a few moments longer, Hi. Something's changed because I kept not clicking the pause button, whatever. But soon it was extinguished, the orb, I guess. The room was dark again, as if the light had never existed. We will save them all. Ooh. I will be waiting. Interesting. Oh. Oh. Oh, okay. Tall gray spires reaching towards the sky. I can see them on the horizon, just over the edge of the hill. They're like long, slender needles stabbing into the bleak sunset. For a moment, I'm so absorbed in the sight that I can hardly hear my horse's hooves scuffling against the dead, dry plain. Oh, these spires. They're the crown of a huge towering structure, a cathedral. My destination, my sole reason for riding through this hellish wasteland. I've been searching for this place since my uncle died several years ago, but there was never any guarantee it was real. Until now. That even as I gaze at the huge mountain of black tower in the distance, it feels like I'm lost in a dream.
Good work, Ayla. We've come a long way.
Voice acting. I reached down a hand to pat my horse's shaggy white mane. How many leagues have we traveled to get here? I've lost count. I've stopped bothering to keep track of the days. Now I just count how long it's been since the last exciting thing happened. Let's see. Well, I managed to find drinkable water this morning. And last week I narrowly escaped a pack of wolves. For the last time I saw another human, it'd been a month at least, maybe more. Ooh, this is kind of spooky. Urgent games. As I ride closer, I can tell my horse is uneasy. She's been jittery ever since we've first entered the dead plains. At night, things get even worse. I'm afraid she's going to try and run away from me. But so far, she's stayed by my side, although obviously with some reluctance. I can't blame her. The sight of the cathedral towering in distance makes me feel nervous too. It's more of a mountain than a structure. It is, to call it massive doesn't do it justice. It makes me feel small, insignificant, like a speck of dust in a giant statue, in a giant's shadow. Not a very welcoming sight. The closer we ride, the more daunting it becomes. It feels like ages before we finally get close to the entrance. I still have the sensation I'm in a dream, but no, this is real. It has to be real. I guide Alea to a halt, and an uncomfortable sense of dread and assignment occurs in my stomach while I dismount. Oh. I guess it was just one line then? I guess this is it, girl. I don't know. After stretching my legs, I reach out to untie my pack from the saddle. The rest of my food, water, and few personal belongings are in there, along with a few gold coins. I fasten the pack straps to my shoulders with a faint grunt. I turn to look at the cathedral doors properly. Two looming slabs of black stone tower impossibly over me. Even the ornate silver rings seems to pull them open twice the size of my hand. I take a hold of Alea's reins and lead her up to the doors, walking to them on the murky ground as I gaze upward. Despite my excitement, a strong sense of foreboding threatens to overwhelm me entirely. Just a hole of muddy water. But in the dead silence, the sound was so sudden that my heart skipped a beat. I should be more on my toes. Only the gods knows what monsters lurks within this place. Sighing to myself, I pause and look down at my reflection in the murky pool I stepped in. This long journey has made me look gaunt and older than I actually am. I think I turned 19 a few weeks ago, but I'm not sure. It feels like decades have passed since I first set out, even though I think it's only been about a year. Time starts to distort quickly when day and night look the same. Exhaling a deep breath, I reach out towards one of the giant door handles. My fingers slide around the cold metal ring. A solid sensation sends shivers down my spine. It's not a dream. I've come so far, waited so long. Half the time I was writing, I found myself doubting that this place even exists. But every time the thought of giving up entered my mind, I forced it away. I'm here because I have to pursue something my uncle couldn't. I can't let him down. Gritting my teeth, I summon all the strength I have and pull back the handle as hard as I can. I finally hear. Something like that. Now how do I save? I'm assuming this arrow? Yeah. Save. So, that's the end. That's the end of the first episode. No, stop. No. No. Wah. Okay. So, that was Requiscence. Or however you say that. The first game from Argent Games. Oh my gosh. It seems interesting. Though it doesn't seem like there's gonna be a lot of jokes, since that was all serious business. No sarcastic remarks. No anything like silly. But I recognize something, a trend for Argent Games. All of its protagonists are very sarcastic, very, what's the word? Where you're done with everything. Jaded. All of them are jaded. Every single one. Which I find interesting. Maybe it's their specialty. Anyways, I hope you all have a good day or night, and I'll see y'all later.